Let's take a look at the 3D shapes questions. So name the 3 dimensions involved in calculating the volume of a 3D object. Well, when we're dealing with 2-dimensional shapes, we're interested in the length and the width, sometimes referred to as the breadth. And in a 3D object, we're also interested in the depth. Question number 2, we don't really need to do any calculating here. So we're interested in the volume of A and the volume of B. Well, the volume of A is going to be 5 times by 5 times by 5, whereas B is 5 times by 5 times by 4. And since 5 is bigger than 4, A is going to have a bigger volume, so is therefore a bigger object. Question number 3, if the books are 2 centimeters wide and there are 15 of them, then the combined width is going to be 30 centimeters. So the shelf needs to be a minimum of 30 centimeters. These cupcakes in question 4 are 7 centimeters in length. The width of the box is 7, so widthwise we can only get 1 in, but lengthwise, how many 7s go into 35? 35 divided by 7 is 5, so the answer is 5 cupcakes. Question number 5. We are looking at a DVD case, so I think it's probably easier if we just picture the DVD case, because the way you describe each dimension is a bit confusing. So a height of 19, a length of 14, calling this the length, is a bit, I probably wouldn't refer to that as the length really, but it's hard to know how to label each side from an English perspective. But I think we can appreciate there's going to be 2 dimensions that are quite long, and then I'd call this the width, which is 1.4. So we're stacking these boxes so that they're laid down on the largest surface. Now this is the largest surface, so therefore if they're being laid flat like this and the box is 70 centimeters high, then we're concerned by how many 1.4 centimeters go into 70. So 70 divided by 1.4, obviously we can use a calculator for this question, but 70 divided by 1.4 is 50. So in total, 50 DVDs will fit inside that box. Question number 6. So I would look at each dimension separately. So this length of the shampoo box is 6, so how many 6s go into 30? 30 divided by 6 is 5, so we can fit 5 going in this direction. Going in this direction, well, we've got 20 centimeters and we're dividing that by this dimension here, which is also 6, and 20 divided by 6 is 3 point something. So we'll round that down to 3. So we can get 5 in this direction, 3 in this direction. So if we call this one level, if you like, then in total that's going to be 5 times 3, which is 15 in total. Now, we also need to work out how many levels can we get. So we know the height is 40 of the box, and the height of the shelf is 40, but the height of the box is 12.5. So how many 12.5s go into 40? 40 divided by 12.5 is 3.2, so we can only get 3 boxes stacked vertically. In other words, 3 layers, and we said there was 15 in a layer, so 3 multiplied by 15, and that comes to 45. Question number 7. So Jamila is putting tennis balls into a tube. The tennis balls have got a diameter of 4. They've deliberately drawn the diameter in this direction. I suppose if they'd drawn it in this direction it would be much easier, but the diameter is valid in every direction really. So we just need to work out how many 4s go into 15. So 15 divided by 4 is 3.75. So she can get 3.75 tennis balls in. Obviously you can't put in 0.75 of a tennis ball, so that would have to be rounded down to 3, even though this number is nearer 4. 4 wouldn't fit, whereas 3 would, with a little bit of space remaining. And question number 8. Let's just match these up. So a triangle based pyramid, so we're looking for a pyramid which has a base of a triangle, not a square, and that is this shape here. A cube is a 3-dimensional shape made up of squares, which is the top one. A cylinder is a 3-dimensional shape with a circular top and bottom, which is the blue shape there. A sphere is a 3-dimensional circle, I suppose. It's a strange way of describing it, but there we go. A cuboid is very similar to a cube, except it's composed of some rectangles, so that's the yellow shape. And here we have a pyramid, and yes, it does have a square base, and we are done.